into a series of core exercises in the TRX. Now this is one of the fantastic things about the TRX is you can lengthen them and shorten them. So I'm going to lengthen them down to about this position. The handles are about the height of my knee. I then go into an exercise we call hamstring madness. So I'm lying on the mat, onto my back, and I thread my heels in through the foot cradles of the TRX, straighten my legs, pull my toes back towards my head, resting my head on the ground, hands on the floor, and then I've got a basic hip lift. So I'm working my pat, lifting the hip towards the ceiling, legs are staying straight. I can then make this a little more difficult by pulling my knees in towards my chest while keeping my hips up off the ground. So working the backs of my legs and my glutes, and I can then do variations, alternate legs, one end at a time. I can also do what we call the hip bridge. I can bring the knees in, 90-degree bend at the knees, and then from there, squeezing my hips and lifting higher. Coming up, I'm going to go onto my front, so we're going into a prone position. So, getting into the straps is a little bit more difficult. I cross my legs this time, throw the foot cradles over, and then from there, roll to my left, up into a hands and knees position, and then from there, I can start off easy, straighten my legs. I can then do exercises like hip abductions. I can bring my knees in towards the center and out again. I can then make it a little harder by coming up onto the hands. And that becomes harder as I have to support my body weight with my arms straight. I can also go across to the sides to each elbow as I swing across. And then I can turn onto my side, going into a side lying exercise. Depending on how good I am at this, I can just hold my center in this position here for a certain amount of time, or I can add a little bit of a twist through and up, which is a little bit more advanced. And so there are my three favorite core exercises: facing down in the prone position, facing up towards the roof, and facing to the side.